I just want to remind you this morning that everything that you need to be fulfilled and to feel grounded and connected is within you. It's in the space between your breaths. It's in the quiet moments. And you may be wondering how you get there. How do I get to a place of quiet moments because my mind is so busy? A way that you can start to cultivate and bring about peacefulness in yourself is receiving the senses. So if you find it helpful, maybe focusing on one sense at a time. So taking a moment to sit outside somewhere comfortable and choose a sense to focus on. So maybe for 1 to 2 minutes you focus on feeling. So maybe you feel the sun on your skin, or the wind, the breeze playing with your hair, or maybe you hear bird song or someone's car door shutting. Like really allowing all the sounds to be part of your experience and listening to all those sounds. Or maybe that was hearing and feeling. It's hard for me to separate them out. But this is a message for you today, that calm, peacefulness comes when you want it to, first of all, when you are truly seeking peace. If you find that you're utilizing this tool of rooting through the senses and still finding that your mind is very, very busy, I would encourage you to look at your life and look at what's going on and see where you're giving your power away. You know, I think that is the most important thing, is that you are a sovereign being, flawless in structure, perfect from inception, nothing to fix, nothing wrong or right, because duality, this feeling of good or bad and needing to plug one side or the other, is what's dying here on earth. The fear-based realities that use fear as a way of control are falling away. And the quicker we realize that, everything else will shift. And know that just listening to this is its own transmission, that as I am speaking, there are things coming beyond the words to soothe, heal, and seal anything that is stagnant or hanging on today. Peacefulness is neutrality. Peacefulness is feeling stable, unwavering, and we all have this ability, but at first it's difficult to see because of the ego. Your ego is loud, and a lot of the time unconsciously in survival mode. And when we are living in survival mode, it is difficult to connect to anything, because the brain can't tell between a perceived threat and a real threat. So if you have the thought in your mind, I think I'm going to whatever, your brain receives that information as truth. It's unable to dictate what's true and what isn't. And so the ego is very loud and has lots to say based on the experiences that it has gathered throughout its time here on Earth. And those responses, reactions can be really loud. And for a lot of us, and for me even, when I began my journey, it was learning that that voice actually isn't me. That fear-based urgency voice that says, if this, then that, logic, linear, that it's really all part of the experience of being human. It's all part of the experience of being human. And it doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. And it doesn't mean that you should try to push that voice away, because your ego is not a bad thing. It's just trying to keep you safe based on the information that it's been given. And the information that's been given to most of us has been fear. And that we need to do certain things to achieve peace. And a lot of those messages come from sacred or people who claim to have the knowledge, religious leaders and spiritual teachers. And the one thing I think they get wrong is that it's in you already. You don't need to be forgiven or healed or fixed from anything. This quiet, infinite being that you are has nothing to do with prayers or needing to be worthy based on some external thing. Learning that it's okay to trust yourself, and that your voice, the inner voice, not the one that's anxious, but your inner voice that your gut feelings, those are markers, messengers for you. And that's how you seek out your expansion, is through listening to the voice in your heart. And the voice in your heart can only be heard if you sit still and if you quietly come to the center of your chest, bring your awareness to your breath, and allow. There's so many times, so many people really don't do that, because it can be really loud. And so we don't do it. This video was just to transmit. I've said a lot of words, but what's really here for you is beyond the words. It's the energy that's coming through the vibration of my voice. May you receive it today and be reminded that you are magnificent. You are flawless. Fully flawless is what I was trying to say, and it came out weird. Fully flawless in your crystalline structure. There may be a lot of things in your external environment that aren't perfect, and a lot of things in your external environment that may be mirroring back to you things that definitely are not perfect. But you, the truth of you, the soul of you, is flawless and perfect. And it always has been. And it always will be. And the movements to this way or that way are not about being right and wrong, but are about being. And knowing that there will be different lessons based on which choice you make. It doesn't make them bad or good. It just makes them choices. You are loved more than you can ever imagine. But the most powerful love that you will ever receive is the love that you give to yourself, that you are so deserving of receiving. Till next time.